Hello, my Aquarius, my beautiful souls. Welcome to your weekly love reading. This will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please keep in mind energy can go vice versa, and this reading won't resonate with everyone. So take what fits, but please leave the rest out. I just heard 3. Okay. 5 of winter, 5 of summer, and the 3 of winter. Wow. Something devastating has happened here. There has been a very painful event where somebody is dwelling on what has gone wrong here, not really looking up and seeing the possibility or a way to move forward. This is a devastating feeling. You guys have been through a lot, but whatever this event is has caused the other person to really feel what you went through. I can't keep pretending that I'm okay without you, and I am running because I don't think I deserve you. Yeah, somebody's realizing that their reality now was not quite what they had hoped for. They're having a really hard time moving on from this. Overall energy, 5 of Swords again. There we go. Conflict, betrayal, okay? A situation where this person has won or tried to win at all costs. Regards to how you feel. Okay, let's see what's going on in your energy. This is pretty heavy for you guys. Death, 8 of Wands, Hierophant, Ace of Cups, and the Sun card. Well, a new day is dawning. There is an ending here, yes, Death card, but an ending to the way that this connection used to go. Okay, so trusting in this process is important for you at this time because what's waiting at the end of the rainbow is something new and beautiful for you. Okay, something that's going to feel like you are getting the reciprocation that you want, the love that you deserve. So keep faith alive because 8 of Wands, Hierophant, somebody's sitting in the trenches here realizing that what they did was unacceptable. It's something that gives them a lot of guilt, a lot of regret, and they are sending this energy to you. So it might be a little difficult at this time as feelings come to the surface, and rightfully so. In the Death card, with a deep connection like this, anytime there is an ending or a separation and something has happened, these intense emotions arise. So this is a period where you're just looking forward to the future, trying to make yourself happy, not stay attached to any outcome at all. You guys are just focused on yourself and even being open to love in the future. Their energy, Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, and the Empress card. This person is feeling a lot. They realize they lost something great. Somebody that could love them through all of their flaws, through everything that they've been through, even when they were at their worst, and also somebody that would do anything for them. The support is irreplaceable here. And they realize in the Page of Swords how they handled this was immature. Let's see this Page of Swords. Queen of Swords, my goodness. We do have 3 feminines here. There could be outside people interfering, or this could be a third party, or it doesn't have to be, but it's showing up already that this person realizes what they've done. At this point, there is no going back because you have learned from this and you see them for what they truly did and who they are now. So the only way forward is to reciprocate, make amends. They have to do things right this time because they know that they've played games here. Wow. Okay, let's see what's happened in the past. Let's dive in and figure this out. We have Wheel of Fortune, Page of Pentacles, and the Devil card. This person lost sight of this connection. Okay, point blank, they were hyper-focused on something else that doesn't really make them happy, but they thought it brought them value. Okay, this can be monetary value, means to their situation, like it could be financial, it could be anything here, or even just being able to make a life for themselves. They had a goal in mind, and they thought that since they had you, they kind of took you for granted. They didn't think they had to do too much to keep you happy because you were already whole and very independent within yourself. So they felt like, okay, I need to get this done. I need to focus on this. And I see that they started to rely on you as well, not giving back, but rely on you for support. They admire your mind because a lot of them were taking some of your ideas and kind of placing it as their own, or making it so that they could advance in their life. There's a lot of things going on. Wheel of Fortune feels like a lot of risky behavior going on where they were just not reciprocating, basically. And what they were doing was giving you hope every time they'd come back around, or they would spend time with you, talk to you. They were just taking from you. They weren't really showing that they cared about what you were going through or how you were feeling. They just kind of focused on themselves. So let's see this Devil card. King of Wands and the Ten of Wands. If there is a third party going on, they felt they needed to be at a certain point in their life to be able to make that jump or that decision. They also were scared to do so. But it just shows in general, they had a lot going on, that they started to focus on ideas and things that they have in their mind. They kind of set things or a belief here where it brought them value. It wasn't really the truth. So when you had initially met them, they were inspired by you. This was a magnetic connection, and they felt so lucky that you came into their life. But you inspired them to be more or better, and it made them think, okay, I need to go out and do that. Like, I can expand this. And they became hyper-focused on some ideas they had in their head, even though they didn't discuss it with you here. These attachments as well, feeling like they're not good enough unless they attain this. So whatever that is to them. So we have the Tower for the Wheel, Chariots, and the High Priestess. So something finally shifted in their situation. It's almost like they weren't paying attention to their environment or their situation. Something fell through, an opportunity, or this could be the third party. Something drastic happened. It changed their worlds. And they had to make a choice. They chose to kind of just depart from this, not really even give you an answer. High Priestess, Chariot, possibly thinking that they could return in the future as long as they get their ducks in a row. But they thought that, you know, either way they would be safe. But they didn't realize or take into account that they would feel more intensely, or their focus would shift from whatever they were dealing with to you. So during separation, it got more intense for them, missing you more. It almost feels like they can't deal with this without you, or can't live without you. They didn't realize how much they were relying on you and your energy during this whole connection until they lost it. Okay, the challenge. We have the Emperor. Let's get more details. Justice, Four of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. Well, the truth is you are their wish fulfillment. You're everything that they wanted more, but they thought that since they attained it and you were being open and vulnerable with them, not trying to play games, that they could go about their business, do what they needed to do, and this would still be okay. That they didn't have to give you too much because you weren't being needy. You weren't trying to push them because you knew their situation. So you were being very patient as well. But in the Justice, Four of Cups, you felt this was so unfair. And rightfully so. It's showing you were right on track. That it was so right in your face. It's kind of like they were doing things towards the end that could show you that I just don't care. I don't care about what you have to say or what you're going through. It just seemed to be a lot about them. Also, they could have been in a committed situation, but with the Emperor card, they were focused and very controlling about how this connection went. Okay, so the communication, the reciprocation, it had to kind of be their way. Let's see this Emperor. Six of Cups, Moon. The hard part was for you was you knew that you were giving them allowances or letting them do the things that they needed to do. But this love, it may be painful, but you could tell it was very much alive. It was so deep, and that they feel it too. There was no getting around that. But their actions were not portraying that. So you felt like, is this still what they want? Is this still what I'm feeling? I can feel this in my intuition, but do they still care, or am I just crazy? So a lot of what ifs, a lot of uncertainty. 7 of Swords. Okay, for some of you, your person wanted to move up the ladder so bad, more than anything, that everything else went to the wayside. It's like they had other things going on, or this certain goal that needed to be achieved. And it felt like everything just became a fantasy, that all in all, this person was never going to choose you or commit to you. So this became a very painful reality. We have the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, you knew there was not much more that you could do. A lot of you felt insecure at some point, that they were starting to lose interest, things like that. All right, let's see where this is headed. If this is your story, my heart goes out to you, Aquarius. This is a really difficult situation because it was like they were holding your heart hostage. They weren't really doing much. I mean, I don't even see breadcrumbs here at times. They could have got very angry towards the end as well and made it so difficult to even find joy in this connection. So Page of Cups, 10 of Cups, King of Swords, Lovers. This is where everything changes. A twist of fate. You're not going to believe what happens next. If this is your story, if this is resonating, you're going to want to see exactly how this plays out, because it's like, how is this possible at this point? So we're going to go over exactly what they say, what they do moving forward, as well as the timing and the outcome. If this is your last stop, though, thank you so much for joining me. Many blessings to you guys, and please take care of yourself. I'll see you next time.